Welcome back to our third and final sneak peek inside of the full body mobility course, which is all about how to identify and treat issues in the triceps. You'll notice the same working menu as before that'll make everything as simple as possible to recall and repeat. Again, you'll see the use of some simple tools like a heavy resistance band and floss, which is great for getting knots swiftly out of just about anywhere in the arms or the legs. But before we get to the video, I'm super pumped to announce the very first release of the full body mobility course in a special package format designed just for you. So be on the lookout for what promises to be a super epic deal in your inbox tomorrow. Thanks so much for checking out this special sneak peek inside of the full body mobility course, and I hope you learned something along the way. Hopefully something that's going to make you a little more self-reliant. All right, now let's have a look inside that triceps video. See you inside. The triceps muscles extend from the elbow and continue superiorly as three separate heads in the back of the arm. Superiorly, the triceps share a lot of fascial connections with the latissimus dorsi. The triceps must be extendable to get into the front rack position. For this reason, tightness in one muscle will tend to precipitate tightness in the other. In practice, I often see shoulder balances of all types manifest themselves as pain in or around the elbow. That's why feeling the triceps with your own hand for knots and tenderness is the best way to tell if it is the triceps that need to be treated. Trigger points in the triceps may cause pain in the back of the shoulder joint, the back of the arm, the tip of the elbow, or down the outside of the back of the arm. Work where you feel the adhesions. Did you know that the triceps can entrap the radial nerve? If you have a combination of numbness, tingling, and/or pins and needles in the thumb, the pointer, and/or the middle fingers, then consider getting your nerve entrapment released by an active release techniques provider. This goes for any combination of numbness or tingling in the hands or the feet. Your ART provider will be able to find which structure your nerve is hung up on and treat it. The triceps are a great superficial tissue to investigate yourself by identifying adhesions using the graph on page 15. But to test, begin with your arms straight out in front of you with the palms pointed downwards. Now try to bring the back of your knuckles to the shoulder. A positive test will be the inability to touch the knuckles to the shoulder or pain and tightness with this motion. Of course, if you feel adhesions, you should definitely treat that tissue. The appropriately named voodoo floss is the fastest way to get knots out of the arms and legs. The concept is simple. Compress the knot and then move the tissue in and out while compressing. The result is muscle lengthening and flushing muscle swelling and getting the inflammation out. Let's see how to do this in our triceps example. Begin by finding the worst part of the knot in the tricep by searching it with your fingers. You'll want to put most of the band stretch on the back half of the arm where the target treatment is, with less stretch on the front of the arm where the bicep is. Wrap the floss proximal to distal, meaning close to the body to further away from the body to increase pressure on the adhesion. You could wrap the other way if the emphasis was on getting swelling out of the arm. After one revolution around, the rubber on rubber will create a grip for the floss to stick to itself. Continue wrapping and overlap half the width on each pass. Continue wrapping even past the elbow if desired. Now add a bit more compression by wrapping an X over the target treatment area. Once you have run out of rubber, tuck that tail in. Now the goal is movement. You want to move the joint as much as possible. Begin by grabbing a sturdy surface like a rig or a wall. Lean towards it so that your shoulder is as close as possible to your hand. From here, slide the torso away from the hand and back 8 to 12 times. Try to hit all the different angles of flexion and torque on the elbow. Next, do 8 to 12 close grip push-ups. Finally, pump your arms like wind sprints about 12 times, exaggerating elbow flexion and extension. You can make sure that the arm has adequate blood supply by squeezing a finger and making sure that a little bit of blood returns when released. Remember not to keep the band wrapped tight for longer than 4 minutes at a time. Stick your hand in and grab the loop. Throw that arm over your shoulder and face away from the rig in what is essentially the front rack position. Place the other hand on the elbow and pull it upwards. Lean forward for more tension, but make sure to keep your belly tight. The goal is to get your elbow as high as possible. Some may choose to turn around and face the rig to point the arm up the rig and get the elbow even higher. If you don't focus on keeping your belly tight, the back will hyperextend instead of the arm. Earn the positions you stretch into. Hold the belly tight and keep your chest down. Don't sacrifice position by arching your back.